connection.
What's up, YouTube?
How are you, man?
I'm doing great, brother. How are you?
I'm okay. So far from each other.
By the way, guys, this is the second take.
With the new setup.
The new
Trying
setup.
New things, right?
New things. And by the way, guys, we are here on a Studio B because, as you guys know, Studio A, it's under construction. We're doing something there, okay, guys? But here on the studio, just round of applause to Jared Hartman.
The man is in the house.
The man is in the house.
Yo,
Finally,
what's up?
In the Philippines.
Good to see you, man.
Welcome to the Philippines,
Thank
brother.
you.
Mabuhay sa Philippines.
Mabuhay. So good to see you guys.
Yeah, bro. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm a little bit tired.
Yeah?
I'm still adjusting to the time change here.
For how many days have you been here?
Oh, maybe like 5.
5 days.
Something like that.
5 days. And just before you guys get mad, Calvin, please introduce your guest.
Yes, because we always forget.
We always forget. Brother, can you please describe or can you briefly give us your background?
Sure. My name is Jared. I'm a Canadian from Calgary originally. I now live in Vancouver. And I make Filipino content. Most of my videos are in Tagalog. About maybe 8 or 9 years ago, I started learning the language back home in Canada.
So we have another guest that is a foreigner and speaks
Tagalog better than us. Yes, let's go.
And counting.
Well, that's okay. You know, it's I mean, it's not for everybody. But yeah, I had a girlfriend from the Philippines, and that was my first initial motivation to learn the language. I wanted to understand what everybody was saying. You know, want to know what her friends were talking about and stuff. So I had a lot of motivation, and so I started learning. And yeah, 8 or 9 years later, here I am for my very first time in the Philippines. So yeah.
Mabuhay, man. Welcome.
Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
Philippines.
Salamat.
How did you feel when you go? When you go to the airport?
It was kind of surreal a little bit, you know?
Like it's happening.
It's finally happening. Like a lot of what I've been doing over the last few years has been building up to this, you know? Like, especially, you know, making content. It just felt like this was the ultimate kind of like, not conclusion, but the next step of what I needed to do was actually be here in the country, speaking with Filipinos. And so I was like, I was really nervous, to be honest. You know, I didn't know what to expect. Like, I feel like I understand Filipino culture from what I learned in Canada and from, like, you know, through learning the language, but maybe I'm wrong, right? I don't know. Maybe it's going to be different in the Philippines.
Was it different?
There's something that feels very familiar here. You know, even though it's my first time actually touching the soil in the Philippines, something feels familiar. But there's still a lot to learn. The weather is crazy. That's a huge change.
How is the weather right now? Back in Canada, is it?
Oh, it's probably like 20 degrees.
Okay.
And here it's like 38 or something. So it's almost twice as hot. Oh my God, when I got out of the airport, when I first arrived, it hit me like a wall. I was like, whoosh. I was like, oh my gosh.
Everybody feels the same, don't worry.
Yeah, I couldn't even think. I was like, this is so hot. Like I knew it was gonna be hot, but this is extreme. Like, yeah. So it was a little bit to get used to, but I still feel like I don't know. Like I've only been here 5 days, right? So like I still don't know a lot about actually being in the Philippines. Yeah.
In these 5 days, have you gone to any other places like beside Manila, or just like around Manila?
No, like we're staying in Makati. And so other than Makati and BGC, we haven't really been anywhere else. Oh, we went to Barangay Sembo. That's just close by here, I think, right? Somewhere around here.
Okay.
Where's Barangay Sembo?
I think it's this side of Taguig.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know that was the only other place that we really went to. So that's why I feel like my experience is still pretty limited, right? I really want to get out to the provinces, and that's what we're doing tomorrow. Try to get out to Cavite province and see something different, just to kind of enrich my whole experience here.
So you're in for a treat. By the way, talking about experience, what we're gonna have here later.
Oh, he will be eating some Filipino food.
That's awesome.
Of course.
That's awesome.
And if you guys want to watch, go to his YouTube channel.
Exactly.
On the description below.
Exactly.
Brother, let me ask you this.
Ask me.
You come here at the airport, how did you feel? getting contact with Filipino people for the first time here in the country? I'm pretty sure they recognize you.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to take lots of photos with people.
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, Filipinos are just lovely, right? And so I think some people take pictures with me and they don't even know who I am. They go, you got a camera, right? Oh, you must be a vlogger.
Yeah.
Let's take a picture.
Like, I never know who is beside me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it and take a picture.
They're like, just in case.
just in case. Yeah. The person is famous.
There's people waiting for you in the airport?
No one's waiting for me. Well, I had my friend Ryan Hale was there to pick me up, but no, I had no one.
Fans or something?
No.
Not yet.
I'm not
Soon
famous
you
like
will.
you guys are.
No, come on, bro. We're not even famous, bro. We're not famous. And guys, sorry, just before we continue with the podcast, we have a super duper famous guy. Brother, can you just come here and say hi? Music, game news in the house. My boy Ovela. Say hi.
Thank you.
What's up?
That's your microphone there.
Talking to this mic.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing? Yes, this is Ovela from Music Game News on Calvin Castiel's podcast. The name
Bro,
is...
his voice is so equal.
Yeah.
Really?
Bro.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm enjoying the
Yeah,
podcast.
and
guys.
guys, by the way, we're gonna have a podcast with Ovela by tomorrow, so it's gonna be out soon too, brother. Welcome to the Philippines as well, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
brother.
you so much.
Do you feel like you're reacting to this content in real time?
A little bit.
Are you gonna react to this content? Are you gonna react to our podcast? Maybe we will see. Thank you, the king of reaction in the house.
That's right.
Okay, so, bro, let's just get it back. So you started, learning the language like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
But by that time, you were not doing content. When did you start doing content?
No, I mean, the content is new. It's new for me. I've been doing it for maybe a year and a half or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And you're already that successful. Come on, man.
I'm still small. I'm growing. But Filipinos are surprised that I can speak Tagalog, right? That's just how it is. It's just kind of a reality. But I never learned Tagalog to surprise Filipinos.
Yeah.
Most of the 7 out of 9 years, I just used it to communicate with Filipinos and learn about the culture. I just like the culture. I wanted to get to know the people, and it's crazy. In Canada, there's so many Filipinos. Like, we say that it's officially bilingual between English and French, but in the West, there's very little French. There's a lot of Tagalog, So back home, I can speak Tagalog every single day with people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that was my experience up until very recently when I started making content.
And what
Awesome,
made
man.
you decide to do content?
Well, I started making content on Ome TV and Omegle.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And so, Tagalog isn't the only language that I speak. I also speak Spanish and German.
Oh, yeah.
And then English, of course. And so I was using Omegle and Ome TV to practice languages. You can go on there and choose which country you want to search. So I was going on there and chatting with Colombians and Germans and Mexicans and Filipinos sometimes. And then I saw some people like my friend Ryan Hale, who I'm here with, making content out of that. And I was kind of like, I know how Filipinos react when I, speak the language. Maybe there's something here. Maybe I could do that, So, excuse me. Originally, I thought my content would be multilingual. I would maybe do some stuff in Spanish, I'd do some stuff in German, whatever. But I learned very quickly that what people actually wanted to see was the Filipino stuff, right? That's what drew more attention. But yeah, so when I first started, I think I recorded one session. I went on to Omegle. I was chatting with people in English first. Then I'd switch to Tagalog and they would kind of freak out. And I think I recorded maybe 5 TikToks. That was the platform that I started on. And so I had them lined up and I was like, okay, this is number 1, the best one, I think. Number 2, I had them kind of listed by quality, the ones that I thought were going to do well. So I had my best one up front. And I said, okay, I'm going to put this on TikTok for the first time. This is a test. We'll see what happens, right? So I knew that the time change was really drastic in the Philippines. So I uploaded it at night, 12 a.m. in Canada. Put it on there, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and we're going to see how many views this got. This could be really big, right? So I close my phone, go to sleep, wake up the next morning, check my phone. Literally 0 views. not even one person watched it.
Really?
And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I was wrong. But I still have 5 videos or 4 videos left. I might as well put them up, right? So I put the next one up. It got 2,000 views. Then I put the next one up. It got like 10,000 views.
Okay,
Next
there
one was
we
like
go.
50,000.
Logarithm.
When I got to number 5, which I thought was the worst one, it got like 1 million views on TikTok. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's the one I was gonna delete.
My God.
So then I realized that there was some interest there and I could actually do this thing. So then I went from TikTok onto YouTube was the next one, and then Facebook and Instagram followed after that. Yeah.
So you're multi-platform.
Yeah, I'm basically.
I
on
think
all
as
of
a
them.
content creator, as a content creator, you gotta be
That's the right
everywhere.
thing to do.
Yeah. I think it's like, even though me, I don't upload that much on TikTok
Why is that?
and Instagram. I'm just like mainly focused on Facebook and YouTube, of course, trying to put the podcast out there. So you started with, how do you, Omegle, right? Omegle, is that how you say?
Yeah, Omegle or Ome
Omegle.
TV. Mostly it was Ome TV. Yeah.
And then, now you decided to make it like as a Tagalog content, right?
Yeah.
Because I have noticed that you also have like a course in Tagalog, like a basic course in Tagalog. As a foreigner, right? So I know that you speak, as you say, you speak like different languages, but just like as a foreigner, what made you decide to embrace the culture and as well teaching other foreigners to learn Tagalog as well?
Right. Well, when I started learning Tagalog, I noticed very quickly that there were not a lot of resources to learn it. So I had a textbook that I tried to learn with, and it was basically useless for me. If you look for academic resources to learn Tagalog as a foreign language, it's way too formal. So the stuff that they're teaching you, people don't use. And so I found that kind of difficult. It was a hurdle in my learning. I'd never learned a language before. Tagalog was my very first one, other than English, right? And so I didn't know how to learn a language, let alone how to learn Tagalog. You know what I mean? So I was looking up resources. I would be on one website learning about prepositions, then on another website learning about verb conjugations. I had to piece it together myself, you know? And I also learned from talking to Filipinos, of course. And so I was able to do that, but it definitely wasn't the most efficient way to learn. So then I thought, okay, now that I have, most of my adult life speaking this language, maybe I can create a resource that I wish I had when I started doing this. So that's when I created the first beginner's Tagalog course. So I did that in collaboration with the Philippine Business Council of Calgary. That's the city where I'm from. And they were the ones that really encouraged me to do that. For Filipinos that were, Filipinos that maybe were second generation in another country, and wanted to reconnect with their roots, or foreigners that maybe have a boyfriend or a girlfriend from the Philippines that wanted to learn. So they're the ones that host that course for me. So that came out last year in September, I think, and then just before this trip, so beginning of May, we launched the second level of that course. So now I have beginner's Tagalog course, level 1 and level 2.
So we're gonna put the
link. The link is gonna be on the description below,
including us. If there's someone that needs to speak Tagalog, including us.
Actually, I was talking to you, I think, like a week ago.
You were talking to him in Tagalog.
No.
Okay.
We're talking about the course, about me taking the course and stuff like that, because I think it's I need to improve my Tagalog. That's obvious. That's obvious. And bro, let me just ask you this. For all these, since I know you, as you said, you started doing content just now, but you were not in the Philippines. So you were outside of the Philippines, but still people that were showing you love. But right now that you're in the country, how do you feel?
Yeah, you're right that Filipinos show love. Filipino subscribers are amazing for that. Even before coming here, even before making content, I always felt like I was embraced by Filipino people. I have no Filipino blood at all, even though Filipinos don't like to believe that. They're always like, no, I'm sure your mom is Filipino. I'm like, no, I swear. Look at me. And so, yeah, I always felt like I was embraced into the culture. And I really appreciate that. I mean, that is not a default for other places.
No,
you know,
not at all.
that's a unique thing here. And it carried over into the content as well. Like, people have shown me nothing but love. Like, I'm so lucky that I have very few, negative comments on my videos. People are like, they're so supportive of what I do, you know? And so being here as well, like, people they appreciate that I speak the language, you know? When I talk to people on the street.
Bro,
and,
like, sorry to cut you off, like,
no.
it's impressive, like, it's amazing. Knowing that you have never been here. You get it? And you still learn the language. Literally, I would say, okay, you said you had people around you, but by yourself, you still took the courage to learn and embrace, because this is what I said, like, you can embrace the culture in many ways. Like you embrace through learning the language. Some people, they're gonna embrace through eating the food. You get it? Because I mean, that's also like another way of embracing the culture. And Absolutely. You have mentioned about going to the provinces, right? Which provinces are you looking after, like, for you to go to?
Well, right now we have Cavite. That's where Tagaytay is,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
That's
Tagaytay.
Cavite province, yeah. So that's on the list. And then Cebu and Bohol.
Bohol.
Yeah.
You're in for a treat.
That's what we have, but honestly, like, that is subject to change. Like, the way that Ryan and I are traveling here is pretty, like, spontaneous.
You're gonna love Cebu, bro.
Okay.
One of the best provinces, food-wise. Man, if you like lechon,
I've heard nothing but good things about Cebu.
Cebu, it's good.
Honestly,
it's like nightlife is good.
Yeah.
Food is amazing, and especially, like, I would advise you guys to go, like, on Fridays, because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that is when they have the biggest, fiesta of lechon. Like, if you just go to Talisay, they have like more than 10 stores with 20 lechons, bro. Like, a table full of lechon, and even karka as well. If you are into food, like me,
Yeah. Obviously.
you know I am.
like me, you definitely gonna love being in Cebu. Bohol is good too.
It's nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Bohol is good. I think, like, do you know any idea of where you're gonna go in Bohol?
I know I want to see the
Chocolate Hills?
Chocolate Hills. I've heard about those, but also the Tarsier, sanctuaries. Yeah, I want to see those little guys.
It's just nearby. It's just
How long are you planning to stay?
How long in Bohol?
No, in the Philippines.
3 weeks in total.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I've been here just under a week. So I got kind of 2 weeks left, which is not a lot of time, honestly. Like,
There's a lot to see.
It's going fast. It's going fast.
It's what like, I did an interview yesterday with the Secretary of the Tourism. This is what we say. The idea is, what she said. The idea is, as we see, foreigners, they come in here for 1 week, and then they extend for 6 months.
That's it.
That's it. Like, the idea
And then
is,
for
like,
that, 10 years.
Is that what happened to you guys?
like, let me ask you this. Do you see yourself leaving the Philippines?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, after 5 days, it's really hard to say. You know what I mean? And also, only being in Manila, right? I got to see a lot more. But yeah, so far, I love it. I love it. What's not to love?
Yeah. So, go see it.
You said before you study the culture, you study the language from abroad. So what is the main difference that you noticed when you arrived? And what is the main similarity when you arrived? Something that you imagined there, you studied there, you saw it there, and when you got here, it got confirmed.
That's a good question. Back in Canada, it's a mix of a bunch of different people from all over the Philippines, right? There are Bisayas, Ilocano, Ilonggo, Tagalog, all kinds of different languages. And so it was a shock for me coming here and being in Makati and BGC, where everyone is like Taglish, right? Like, so much English, right? A lot of the people that I talk to back in Canada are more like Tagalog focused, or even other
Pure
dialects, like other
Tagalog.
languages. Yeah. So that was like definitely a difference between them. In terms of being the same, Filipinos in Canada and in other countries are like so hardworking. A lot of my experience speaking Tagalog was having coworkers from the Philippines, right? And I would work 8 hours, they would stay for another 8. I'd finish work, they're starting their second job. They're always working. And I see that here too. Like restaurants, cafes, stores, they're bustling. Like people are moving around, right? And they are really focused on customer service. Hey, what can I get for you? What do you need? You need a tissue. You need a water. Can I get this for you? That for you? And so that work ethic is something that I definitely noticed and appreciated in Canada, and that was confirmed here for sure, 100%.
Awesome. That's very true.
Yeah.
The Filipinos do it with their hearts, and then they put their hearts in everything they do. That's very true.
Yeah, they don't like half-ass it. They put all of their full effort into what they do, and it's very commendable. Super commendable. Like the jobs that I might see here, like at a cafe or a restaurant in Canada, a lot of times those are done by like high schoolers. Oh. And they don't really care. They're like 16 years old. They're like, whatever. They don't even want to be there, right? And here, they're just like on it all the time, just moving around and hustling. And so, yeah, it's very different.
And they have the knowledge. I remember once I was in Starbucks or something to buy coffee beans and to make it powder. The girl gave me a lecture about coffee. She gave me a lecture. So that means they have the knowledge and they love what they do. So that's very true.
Mm-hmm. So you guys were coming here for a short time and then ended up staying longer? Is that what happened?
I came here to study.
Ah, okay.
I study here.
Me, I came for a short term. I used to work in an IT company back in Brazil. I came to the Philippines for a project, 6 months. When I came back, I resigned from my company, and I came here by myself.
I hope after this 3 week, you decide to stay.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Maybe.
I'm sure when you get bitten by the
Filipino bug.
Yeah.
Filipino bug. It's what like an example. I went to City Hall for 4 days. I ended up staying there 21 days.
But that's a reason for that.
No, wait. No, even like...
That's a reason for that.
Flight got canceled.
No.
So the reason for him, it was my accident.
The saga is online. The saga is online.
No, even before my accident, I already extended like 1 week. Did you get it? So because, I love City Hall. Hopefully one day you get a chance to go and travel. I'm pretty sure you're going to love as well. And brother, let me ask you this. Oh, sorry?
Speaking of experiences, look what just arrived with our pretty boy.
Our food, our Filipino street food.
Can you show that to the camera?
Come.
This is what we're going to be nomming on later.
It's up there. This is our Grab driver. the guapo one.
May Gcash po kayo. May Gcash po kayo.
Galing.
After we finish the podcast. Okay. Yes, bro. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. That's Rio Mizu. That's Rio Mizu, guys, on the description below as well. That's my brother there.
Sure, you put my name, okay?
Sure, man.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This has happened before. I can see.
No, he's stripping. He's always there.
That's the food we're going to be eating later. We got balut. What else did you order?
We got balut. We got
surprise.
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 I got surprise for you as well. Okay. Brother, let me ask you. You said that you have contact with, Filipino back in Canada. Did you notice if the Tagalog is different here in the Philippines comparing to the people that they live overseas?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot more English here, for sure.
You expect people to speak more pure
Tagalog, like
when you came.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be way more Tagalog, way more.
But
like, here it's almost like, especially in this area, sometimes it's even hard to speak Tagalog. People want to just speak English, which, that happened to me in Canada all the time. I would speak Tagalog and they would respond in English. I'm used to that now. I'm like, whatever. Like that probably happens maybe 60% of the time. I'll say something in Tagalog, they'll respond in English. I'm used to that. But when I came here, I noticed that even with it, like between each other, Filipinos speak English. That was new. I was like, oh, it's not just with, foreigners. It's actually, with other Filipinos, we're just speaking English.
Why do you think that is?
I think Manila is just a very international place.
Yeah. I do feel the same. Because I think if you go like maybe outside of Manila, it's going to be different.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be different. Yeah. And brother, is there do you have one thing, or even food-wise, while you were coming, you were like, I can't leave the Philippines beside. Without eating that.
What we have there, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably some things there. I mean, what's interesting about my cultural knowledge of the Philippines is that it is really like, it's very specific. You know, I was very language forward. That was the first thing that I started with. And I really believe that the language is the conduit for a lot of cultural understanding, right? You don't learn verbs and adjectives. You learn the culture, the sense of humor, right? The rhythm of the language. You learn all that stuff while you're learning it. But there are things like food that I have no idea about. Filipino street food, I've never been on a street in the Philippines. How am I supposed to know what it is? You know, until now. And I remember one of my videos that I uploaded on TikTok. It was me in a Filipino store, like restaurant in Vancouver. And I went up to the counter and I saw they had some food there. And I said, in Tagalog, you know, we were filming some reactions. And I said, hey, what is that? She goes, oh, that's turon.
Ano yun? Ano yun?
Ano yun, ate? Ano yun? Ay, turon yun. I was like, what's turon? She goes, oh, it's fried banana or whatever. It's got sugar on it. Oh, okay, sweet. Let me try that. I saw one of the comments and it said, how is it that he speaks Tagalog but he doesn't know what turon is? You know,
okay.
like, and so I kind of feel like I have some gaps, some blind spots where I'm like, never had that before, never heard of it, right? If it's not commonly available in Canada, I won't know it. Right. And so I'm ready. I'm available to just be like open to whatever food I can find here that I might not even know like what it is to start with. You know,
This is the guy to bring you to places. He's, as you can see, he's a food specialist. It's visible.
You see the
we
difference?
are.
Hey, I'm not getting involved. I'm not.
I don't eat that much, guys. I don't eat that much. I know that I don't eat that much. You know, like. I would just be eating like 2 pieces. I'm good, brother. But I mean, Filipino food. Like for me, I mean, I think the only food that I haven't tried is itag.
Itag?
I haven't eaten itag yet.
What is itag?
So itag is it's made in Sagada. So it's like a meat which they leave it like to dry for a long time. Sometimes the meat it will like have some worms on it.
I've seen
that.
that.
Worms. I haven't eaten that yet.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that I'm planning to eat maybe in the long run. Because even balot for me, so it's like, just to get back, I only ate balot after 5 years. So I thought since I study here, and I wasn't even doing YouTube by that time. I was just like someone that, okay, I came to the Philippines, I'm going to study after my graduation, I'm going to leave. And I told my classmates, yo, I'm only going to eat balot on my graduation. Yeah, and they all knew, okay, Calvin is going to eat balot on the graduation. After we graduated, we went outside, you know, like the queers there, Calvin, eat balot. Bro, I was like, yo, I missed this for 5 years. It's good. It's good. But I don't know how you haven't eaten balot yet.
I had it one time, but it was in Cambodia.
So it's not the same. That doesn't
It's
count.
not Filipino.
No, it's not Filipino.
And it was maybe 10 years ago.
Okay, so it's not the
Something like
same.
that.
You're
Yeah.
gonna eat balot straight from the Philippines.
Authentic Filipino.
Authentic Filipino food. Yeah.
Being here, you said you're going to be open to everything. Are you not open to anything? Something that you heard that you said, no, this one, I don't think I can do it.
Food-wise?
Food-wise or culture-wise, anything that you heard said, no, I don't think I can do it, or I don't think I can eat it.
Not really. I'm not really a picky eater. I'll try whatever.
I love you already, bro. Let's go on a trip. Let's go on a trip together.
Food trip. They call that a food trip.
Bro. Yeah, because this guy here. Man, I can't go on a trip with this guy, bro.
Why not?
I'm open-minded to other stuff.
But he's not open-minded to some food.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a motivation for me that I'm making content, right? So there's food that I'll eat for a video that I probably wouldn't eat in my
Every
spare
day.
time every day.
Like every day, yeah.
So there is like some external motivation, but yeah, whatever. Like I'll eat whatever. Doesn't matter.
Is
Try
the
it.
Filipino food kind of similar to your cuisine?
In Canada?
In Canada?
No, not
don't
really.
think so.
I mean, our food is very just kind of copy-paste Western food. It's like American, whatever, I don't know. I mean, we have poutine. It's our Canadian dish. It's like fries, gravy, and cheese.
fries,
Very complicated.
and cheese.
There are 3 ingredients.
Only master chefs can cook it.
In the East, they put more meat on it on top. It's really good. But other than that, like, we don't have a lot of uniquely Canadian food. It's just like American stuff, you know, like steaks. I'm from Alberta. You know, it's a lot of beef production, steaks and burgers. And
Were you like, even when you were a kid, were you also like that, not that picky when it comes to the food while you were growing up?
No, I was never that picky. Never that picky. No. It was hard for me to understand when people were picky. And they're like, oh, I don't want to try that. And I'm like, you haven't tried it at all. Just give it a go. But I understand that it's different for everybody. But no, I'm pretty much down for whatever. I mean, I've been to, like when I had that balot in Cambodia, we ate all kinds of stuff there. You know, deep fried duck tongue, water buffalo, worms. Like I ate a water beetle.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. They look like a June bug. I don't know if you know what that is. Yeah, and it was probably this big, and they kind of cook it in molasses. And I wasn't even doing that much content, but I actually made a video of myself eating that, and I was almost puking eating this thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm down for it. Yeah. Are you a picky
You will
eater?
regret
Nah,
that.
I'm not, bro.
No.
You will regret
I
that.
usually like when someone asks me like, "Are you a pig eater, bro?" I'm coming from Africa, bro. Bro, coming from Africa, like I'm African, bro. Of course, you're gonna find some African that they are. I mean, I'm not saying that all African we are. I mean, we are not picky.
But,
But
is
like
there
me,
something that you cannot eat?
something that I can. Oh,
I've
think it's-
I'm doing vlogs with you. I know.
I think it's peanut bed. You know,
Pinakbet.
peanut bed. The bitter one.
It's isn't that Ilocano?
Yeah, like it's very bitter. Like, I think that is the only thing that I wouldn't. I tried that even last week. So I tried that, I mean, a month ago, and then someone told me, no, it's because they cook it, the way they cook it, it's not nice. Try it again. And then I tried it again. Bro, it's just like, for me, it's just too bitter. It's
But
really
you
like,
only don't like the taste, but you could eat it.
no, I couldn't eat it.
Oh, you couldn't.
You couldn't. Like, I tried my,
Actually, I have something like that I won't eat. Goat milk. Anything with goat milk.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my God, it's so strong. Like, and I don't like goat or lamb either. Those flavors are way too strong for me. And I don't know what it is, but if there's goat milk in anything, and I take one bite, immediately my body like rejects it. It's like no, don't eat that.
I love goat.
Okay.
He loves meat.
I love meat. I'm a meat eater.
And what, like, I mean, we're just talking about food. What do you guys usually eat in Canada?
Like I don't know.
I'm gonna give you an example. Like
Sure.
here in the Philippines, the staple food or the main food is rice, right? Everywhere in the Philippines, you need to eat rice. What about in Canada? What is it like a dish that a Canadian cannot stay a day without eating?
I mean, I don't know if we have one. We have like more like food types. So like for a starch, we might eat pasta instead of rice. I would say that like the average Canadian doesn't eat that much rice. Like sometimes, but it could be pasta, it could be rice, could be a baked potato, could be mashed potatoes, could be salad. You know, like we just have like a protein and a side dish basically.
Anything that's easy enough for you to cook with a lot of clothes on. That's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like hearty food, I guess. You know, it's like beef and potatoes type of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And brother, let me ask you this once again. You got in here, there were like other content creators you were just talking to, and I mean, as we were talking earlier, you were able to collab with some content creators that are here in the Philippines. How was it? How are like other content creator, showing you love, treating you here in the Philippines?
Oh my God, people are so generous. Not just like with their time, but with everything here. For example, yesterday we were over with a guy named Ron, super nice guy. He's the owner of Kultura ng Balisong, which I happen to be wearing the shirt, coincidentally, today. And I arrived at his studio to do some filming yesterday for my channel. And right before we got there, it started pouring rain. Like when we left, it was hot. And when we got to the door, it was pouring. And so we got out and just walking from the car, just underneath like the roof, just to get into the kind of out of the weather, we were soaked. just in that one little stretch. Absolutely soaked. And then we found out that it wasn't even that right entrance. It was the back entrance.
Oh.
So we had to walk through the alleyway. It was
More water.
flooding. The water was up above our shoes, you know? So we got to this back door. We're absolutely soaked. And he goes, oh, you have a change of clothes? No. He goes, oh, here, grab this. Take this. Put this shirt on. Just gave it to me. Gave Ryan one as well. We filmed. They were super generous with their time. Let us film whatever we wanted. And then at the end, he gave us a water bottle that had like their branding on it. He gave us a 3D printed balisong butterfly knife. It was amazing. Like just out of the kindness of his own heart, you know? And that was someone that I didn't even reach out to. He reached out to me. Said, hey, when you come to the Philippines, let me know and we can do something together. I'll help you out. Anything you need. You know, I collabed with a bunch of people as well. Aljon, the polyglot, Eric Martinez. Everybody is generous with their time. And at the end, they go, hey, you need anything? Just let me know. You know, if you need help getting around, you need recommendations for places to stay. I mean, you guys as well, right? As soon as we arrived, you're like, hey, if you're going to what is it? Tagaytay. You know, there's a restaurant that you can check out. There's a hotel that's really good. You know, like, oh, take a van. That's a cheaper way of doing it. Like, everyone is just like down to help. You know, and like I really appreciate that because, you know, being here from Canada, it does feel like. You know, like sometimes I'm a kind of a fish out of the water. You know, I don't know how things work exactly. So people have been crazy, so generous, so generous.
Welcome to our ocean, man.
Thank you.
You're not out of the water.
You're still with us. And brother, is there any type of content that you were not able to do in Canada that you really like, you can't wait to put the video out there that you want to do in the Philippines?
I mean, I have a list of videos. It's not just one. I got a list, right? And so over the next few weeks, those videos will be coming out and people can check them out on my channel. But I mean, all kinds of like street food stuff that's only available here, like we were talking about, right? Even starting today with some of the food we're gonna have, and just some of like the physical spaces, right? Going to the province, like you can't imitate that in Canada.
Yeah.
Right, that can only be done here. In Manila, there's a great opportunity to film at the malls. I mean, Mall of Asia is the biggest mall in all of the Philippines. I think it's the 5th largest in all of Asia, if I'm not mistaken. I think the biggest is in Iran. Amazing, like that's an opportunity that I can take advantage of here. Also in Canada, I mean, I've started doing more in-person reaction stuff. You know, I've moved away kind of from the Omega a little bit. And it's perfect. There's a large Filipino population in Vancouver, but only within like the doors of the restaurant. You know, I go through the doors, then I can speak with them and practice and film. I go back out on the street. It's a mix of everybody, right? Which I love that as well. But here, no matter where I am, there's Filipinos I can talk to. Yeah. Walking down any street, anywhere, I can talk to a security guard. I can talk to this person now, taxi driver.
We'll be happy to talk to you.
Yeah, and so it's like I just want to soak that up and just like chat with everybody that I can and speak a bunch of Tagalog, and you know that's really why I'm here. So
I think someone will end up rebooking a ticket.
Hopefully,
we got some predictions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Brother, how do you deal with bad comments, with negativity? Like knowing that we are foreigners here, and unfortunately some people, they might get us wrong. And I mean, even me, sometimes I would be getting like a Filipino bait or whatever. As you said, like you barely get like a negative comment, but like when you get those kind of comments, how do you do it? And like, does it affect you in a way, knowing that you're just doing that out of love?
And how often you get them?
I mean, not really that often. I think people, I think my viewers, if they have complaints, it's just like, oh, I wanted this type of content versus that type of content, right? I do interviews.
Just suggestions.
Just like kind of, well, yeah, or even like, oh, I don't like that you're doing interviews. I'd prefer if you did reaction videos or, you know, like that kind of stuff. And that's like totally fine. I think that it does affect me. If I see any negative comments, it affects me. I think that's a human thing. It's hard to get away from that. But I think it's also important to kind of put it in perspective that if you get one comment on a video that got, you know, hopefully a few thousand views, that really is the minority of people, right? And so if the majority of people are enjoying the content that I'm making, that's enough. Like, I'm happy with that. you know? So that's kind of the way that I go through it mentally to like, you know, process that and not let it like kind of get me down if I do see some of that. But like I said, thankfully, I have very few comments like that. You know, people are very gracious with me. So
it's impossible to please everybody.
of course, no one's gonna be happy all the time, right? And so, but yeah, like by and large, people have been really good to me.
Is there a specific comment that really brought you down and you keep thinking about it? One specific? It's nice that you remember before the person talking about the banana wrap.
Yeah.
So this is something that really catch you and then you kept it.
I mean, when I use the turon as an example, I didn't see that as a negative
No,
comment.
exactly.
Yeah, I just thought it was like kind of funny. To be honest, most of the time, I kind of find them funny, the comments. Like a lot of people like to talk about my mustache. Like, they're like, you know, why do you have like this porno mustache? And like,
Really? I don't know. I don't watch it. Like,
and one guy said like, you know, you could shave that off. It would grow back in like 48 hours. And I was like, bro, I've been working on this for a while.
have you, like, are you working on that like for a while? Because, bro, looking at you right now, you look so
You
different,
commented
like,
that, didn't you? That was you that commented.
like, because for me, like, bro, people they will be like, "Oh, Calvin, shave. You're gonna look clean." I'm like, "Who thought you look
Yeah.
dirty?" Like,
I've had this mustache the whole time. So I don't know, I think those are kind of funny, to be honest. Like I don't really get like, you know, offended by it or whatever.
Offended.
And like the comments have also helped me to improve my Tagalog. Like when, you know, not only just interacting with people a ton.
Slangs or maybe
Yeah, they'll
more.
correct things, you know. And like when I first started doing YouTube, I was also working, you know, a regular job. And I was working mostly with Filipinos.
Normal job.
A normal job. And they would tell me, they would watch my videos, of course, and they were super supportive from day one. And they would tell me like, hey, when you say this thing, it actually sounds better to say it this way.
Oh.
You know, so I learned like some nuances. Like, as you can imagine, most of my conversations are like, you know, they have a very similar kind of pattern. People are like, hey, why do you speak Tagalog? How did you learn? Where did you learn? Are your parents Filipino, et cetera, right? And so for some of those answers, I would say something like, may maraming Pilipino sa Canada. May maraming Pilipino. And then some of my coworkers said, oh, if you say marami, you don't need to say may. Just say maraming Pilipino sa Canada. You don't need to say may. And I went, oh, okay, I didn't know that. So then I changed it. And then when I talk to people, I just say maraming Pilipino sa Canada, right? I improved it. Or I used to say, they would say, oh, like, you're very good at speaking Tagalog. And I used to say, sa tingin mo ba? Sa tingin mo ba? Like, do you think so? And you can say that. It's like grammatically correct. But they said, oh, it sounds more natural if you say talaga ba? Talaga ba? So they said, oh, okay, I'll change it, right? So I just make these little changes. And then at the end of the day, you know, a year and a half later, I'm better than I was when I started. So it's like,
Awesome.
you know, the constructive comments are a positive thing.
okay.
Yeah, but the mustache is staying. That one's not going to change.
Let's watch. But like, are you planning to learn? Because I have watched some of your videos. Some like you throw some. I don't know if it's Ilocano or Bisaya. You kind of like have some knowledge about it. But like, are you planning to learn any other language besides Tagalog?
No, I mean, for right now, I think that it's too hard to maintain them. Like, you kind of learn after a while that, like, even just speaking 4 languages, for example, English, German, Spanish, Tagalog, where can I use all 4 of those? Yeah. Right? There's no place on earth that people speak all 4 of those languages. So I have to be more creative about finding opportunities to practice them and not forget them. Like, my German right now kind of sucks. I don't have anyone to talk to.
How did you learn German, though?
My family's originally German, so that was my motivation. So I learned a lot on my own, and then I took classes at university, and I even did like an exchange program in Germany for a month. Yeah, so that's kind of how I learned that. But now, you know, living in Vancouver, I don't really have German people to speak to. And so before I would learn another language, I would want to work on that and make sure that I'm not forgetting, you know, the ones that I already speak. But in terms of other Filipino languages, I mean, I would love to, but it's just tricky. It's just hard to find the time, right? The stuff that I know in other, you know, languages or quote unquote dialects, as they call them here, it's very limited, you know, just like a few words. And like that's really like, if I just throw in a little Ilocano here and there, they appreciate it even if I don't know anything.
Even one word, they get crazy.
Yeah,
I think it happens, with Tagalog as well.
Oh yeah.
Just
When they
Just
see a white
like-
boy speaking Tagalog, they get crazy.
that
Yeah.
como
Because it
está,
shows
it
like-
opens like the barrier of everything.
Yeah,
It's like,
and it shows like you admire their culture enough to even learn their language, so they appreciate so much.
Yeah, like if I just say like, "Hey, kamusta?" They're always like, "Oh, wow, ang galing mo," and I'm like, I didn't say anything. Like, like, yeah, I speak the language, but that one sentence doesn't represent that.
Even
You know?
my wife, when I say salamat, salamat, oh, you're so cute, you're so cute. Don't only one word.
Right. And I wish that that as Canadians we were a little bit more like that. You know, like we have a very diverse country and we're very accepting of other nationalities. But like if someone comes to Canada and they speak English, we're not like, "Oh my God, your English is so good," right? Like we don't do that. But Filipinos do. And they also don't, to be fair, they also don't do that with Spanish or German. Like very rarely do people comment on that, you know. I spent a few months living in Colombia and no one was really like, "Oh my God, you know your Spanish is so," you know, like,
it's just different.
Español? ¿Hablas español bien?
hablo español. Sí.
Fluentemente?
Más o menos.
Más o
Me
menos.
defiendo. ¿Hablas español?
Sí.
Sí.
Me
Es
gusta
más,
más hablar español.
es un poquito más fácil para ustedes, ¿cierto?
Sí,
Como
claro.
brasileros.
Sí, claro.
No, Angolano as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Angolano as well también.
So, también. Sometimes I mix up Spanish and Tagalog. Yeah. Sometimes, like, I was at Jollibee the other day and they were saying, like, "Oh, is it for here to go?" And I said, "Acá." And I went, "Oh, dito."
But if you ask for a cuchara, it's going to be the same.
Yeah, sometimes there's similarities, yeah. Pros and cons.
So, which language did you learn first, Tagalog or Spanish?
Tagalog.
So,
Then
do you
German.
think Tagalog kind of helped your Spanish?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I think it helped in some ways and it probably hurt in other ways. I remember I took Spanish at university and I did like, I don't know, maybe 3 classes. And I think the second class I took, first day of the semester, they had like a kind of a little pop quiz. What did we learn last semester? And it was like articles of clothing. And I was going through it and I was like, I don't know what these words are. I don't remember this from last semester. And then one said, corbata. And I said, corbata, like in Tagalog, that means tie.
Yeah.
Easy. So I just wrote that down and it was, you know, it was like a cheat code in that way. So there's similarities in vocabulary, but the grammar is completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the reason that I say it might have hurt me is that a lot of people now will tell me that I speak Tagalog with a Spanish accent.
Oh.
And like the Spanish that I've learned has impacted my Tagalog. And so I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't hear it, obviously. But yeah, might be holding me back. I don't know.
Okay.
It's worth
I
it.
feel so embarrassed when we are here for 10 years.
I feel motivated. I don't feel embarrassed.
The man learned from his country and we
I
are
feel
here 10
motivated.
years.
I feel motivated.
I feel
think.
embarrassed. You should feel embarrassed.
Nah, I'm not
also.
embarrassed.
But you speak some Tagalog, right?
Yeah, I do.
You speak some Tagalog?
Much better than him.
Yeah? You know,
But you're also, you're so
He's putting me on the spot, but I
konti
speak.
lang ikaw.
konti lang.
That's the only thing he knows, konti lang.
Konti lang. And ikaw.
And ikaw.
But you know some basic stuff, yeah? What do you know?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like, it's like for me, I would understand much better than speaking. Because I mean, I study here, and my teachers, sometimes they would be speaking Tagalog in class. So
And you understand
you
something.
gotta understand. You need to adjust yourself. You get it? But bro,
You understand is easy. Anyone can understand.
Do you understand?
I do.
okay, say something.
I understand many languages. But I cannot speak them.
Okay, we'll do a test.
do a test.
I'll say something, and you guys will tell me what I said, okay?
Bro, you're gonna put us on the spot right
Yeah,
now.
I'll put you on the test.
He wants to embarrass
Listening,
us.
I'll keep it simple. I'll try to keep it
Keep it
simple,
simple,
okay?
let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Pumunta ako sa tindahan kahapon.
Can you repeat it again?
Pumunta ako sa tindahan kahapon.
Are you going somewhere later?
Kahapon. Pumunta ako sa tindahan kahapon.
Hapon is later, no?
Yesterday.
No.
What did you do yesterday?
Oh, yeah,
Where did you go yesterday?
Oh, yeah. No, hapon is not. Okay, got
Hapon
it.
yesterday.
Okay, so,
Where did you go?
So,
Pupunta.
No.
Pumunta.
Where did you go yesterday?
No.
What did you do yesterday?
No.
What did you eat yesterday?
Yeah, try
You're
and
just
error.
guessing. I went to the store yesterday. Pumunta ako. I went sa tindahan to the store kahapon yesterday.
Tindahan.
Okay, how about this one?
Yes.
Anong gusto mong kainin?
I'm gonna give him a chance.
Anong gusto mong kainin?
I'm gonna give him a
Are you
chance.
asking?
I'm gonna. Do you want me to say? Do you want me to say?
Anong gusto mong
I can
kainin?
say. Do you want me to say?
Yeah.
What do you wanna eat?
Good.
What would you like to eat?
Okay.
1 point.
I thought I know kain and I know anon.
Okay. So
I
what
would
what eat what food? Yeah.
Meat. Baka.
Baga. Okay. Good.
John, one more is done.
Huh?
You want
John,
one more?
it's done.
One more.
One more.
Okay.
Ines is laughing too much. Try to Ines. Let's embarrass him also.
Let's go.
You don't brag.
Let's go, bro. One more.
What should we do now? Should it be easy one or harder
Easy one, no, easy one.
Easy. Okay. Taga saan ka? Taga saan ka?
Bro, I know this. Where you? No, it's not where you going. Is it?
Taga saan ka?
Where do you live?
No, where are we?
Pasig.
Where are we? No, Tagan.
You're close. You're kind of.
No, like San ka nakatira.
Yeah. That's where do you live?
Yeah.
And taga saan ka is what? So saan is where? Ka
Where?
is you.
Yeah.
Ka, so what's taga? Taga.
Where you from? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Ding ding
I
ding
got
ding
San
ding.
ka.
2 points.
I got 2 points. Okay,
Brazil.
we done. We done. You
Brazil.
Brazil. Taga Brazil ka.
Yes.
Ako taga Canada ako.
Canada? What city?
Vancouver.
Ano, you said ano city.
Anong city?
Ano, you
yes.
said ano city sa
Anong city?
Ano?
Anong barangay?
No, wait lang.
Anong barangay?
Anong barangay?
Technically, city is lungsod, but that's really deep.
Just say
No one says that.
Just ano city sa Canada?
Anong city?
Anong city sa Canada?
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Salamat.
Walang anuman.
Ikaw?
I'm Filipino ako. Have you seen
Filipino.
Black Filipino?
Pinoy.
Ako. Yes. Oh my gosh. Anyways, wait. This is a.
He was the one who asked me to put my phone in silence. Remember
Really?
that?
You see
No,
that?
I wanted to see. I wanted to see. Bro, did you enjoy the podcast?
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for teaching us.
Thank you so
Tagalog.
much.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Bro, definitely, I want that basic Tagalog classes.
Okay.
I want that Tagalog
Yeah.
classes. I need to learn so that my family member, they're gonna be
Yes.
proud, super proud of me. And by the way, guys, we're gonna have another podcast. Jared, Ovella, and Tagalog Hurt. Hopefully next week, all of us in here, definitely is gonna be a different vibe. And
Let's do
bro,
it.
is there anything we didn't ask you that you would like to say?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Thank you so much for having me,
Thank you,
guys.
man.
I love your guys' content. I've been watching it forever. The street interviews, the podcast, it's all awesome.
Thank you, man.
So it's cool to be here with you guys today. And
Oh, it's cool for us also. We follow you. We follow that also Algerian guy. You're the man, man. And then for us, it's a privilege. To have
yeah,
you.
thank you guys.
Brother, once again, thank you so much. Welcome to the Philippines. I hope you're having a great time. And as we said, if there's anything or any place you want to go, just let us know, and we're going to try our best for you to have a great time.
Thank you,
and
thank you.
to our family members, thank you so much for watching the video until the end. On the comments below, let me know if you have watched until the end, because I'm pretty sure you guys will be hosting us in Tagalog right now. If you did, it's because you have watched until the end. You just have watched the #1 podcast in the Philippines, no cap. See you guys on the next podcast. But if you're a content creator looking for a studio, you don't have a place to record your podcast, you already know where to find us.
Where?
Manila.knxn,
it.
Uptown Mall, BGC. See you guys. No, bro. No, actually, before we go, any message to the Filipinos watching us in Tagalog, and after that, we gone.
Okay. Maraming salamat sa mga Pilipino. Kahit hindi ako taga dito, parang tinatanggap talaga ako nyo. Kaya ina-appreciate ko talaga yon. Maraming salamat sa inyo at masaya talaga ako na andito na ako sa Pilipinas. Mabuhay.
Okay. Did you understand? Did you understand?
Yes, very much.
Did you understand?
Yes.
We gone.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jared.